Do you know that in Japan there exists a traditional relaxing bath called onsen, a natural hot spring? Welcome to Zarpado. Don't forget to subscribe that we start. Can you imagine having to kiss your ex in a movie? That's what happened to Cameron Diaz and Justin Timberlake. They were together for 3 years, from 2004 to 2007, and announced their breakup with a statement in which they assured that everything was on good terms. However, in 2011, they had to reunite in Bad Teacher, where they not only kissed, but also filmed a rather awkward sex scene. Alex, the African gray parrot, was no ordinary bird. He was considered the most intelligent parrot in history. Under the tutelage of psychologist Irene Pepperberg, he learned around 150 words and could identify objects, colors, numbers, and shapes, displaying intelligence similar to that of a 5-year-old child. Sadly, his story ended in 2007 at the age of 31, but his legacy continues to challenge what we know about animal intelligence. Can you imagine sleeping in a hotel completely covered in gold? The Dolce Hanoi Golden Lake is the first hotel in the world where every inch is plated in 24-karat gold, and it cost a whopping $200 million. With 25 floors of luxury, not only the walls, but even the food shines with a touch of gold. Yes, they have added edible gold to some dishes. It's the only hotel in the world with gold-plated tiles and a facade that glistens with 120,000 square meters of bricks covered in the precious metal. If you're looking for a golden experience, this is the place. One of the scariest birds in the world, the shoebill is so strange-looking that it seems straight out of a horror movie. Originally from Africa, this bird is distinguished by its enormous Dutch clog-shaped beak, which gives it a rather eerie air. Although it is not aggressive, its behavior is everything. Its movements are slow and it often remains motionless for long periods, like a living statue. This statue-like appearance only adds to the sense of mystery, and if disturbed by humans, it can abandon its nest. Did you know that in Prague there is a giant, moving sculpture dedicated to Franz Kafka? In front of the Narodny Chita metro station, David Cherney's K surprises passers-by with its structure of 42 rotating and shape-shifting steel layers. Installed in 2014, this mechanical head pays homage to the Czech Republic's most famous writer, reflecting the bewilderment and transformation present in his work. Located next to the Quadrio shopping center, it has become one of the city's most fascinating attractions. Did you know that platypuses and echidnas are the only mammals that lay eggs? Despite this, they are still considered mammals because the females secrete milk through pores in their skin to feed their young. They also have fur, teeth, and are able to regulate their temperature. This animal is certainly surprising, with a beak like a duck's, a tail similar to a beaver's, and webbed feet like a duck's. Do you know the rarest car in the world? The e-Ringo is the rarest car in the world, a ring-shaped electric vehicle that can switch between 1 and 3 wheels depending on the curve of the road. It has 2 steering wheels, allowing either passenger to drive, which could lead to more than one fight. Its long central wheel helps movement, while the side wheels cross in motion and extend when the car is stopped to provide support. A futuristic and very original design, Michael Jackson offered $1 million for the skeleton of Joseph Merrick, known as the Elephant Man. Merrick suffered from a rare disease that deformed his body, leading him to be displayed in oddity shows in the Victorian era. Despite his appearance, he was an intelligent and sensitive person, being studied by doctors and supported by high society. His skeleton is preserved in a museum, but Jackson's offer was rejected. The Tunnel of Love is the most romantic place in Ukraine, and it seems straight out of a fairy tale. It is a natural tunnel formed by trees that wrap around the tracks of an old train, creating a green corridor perfect for walks as a couple. Legend has it that if 2 lovers cross paths holding hands and make a wish, it will come true. It is not surprising that it is one of the favorite destinations for marriage proposals and photo shoots. Did you know that Jennifer Lopez insured her butt for $27 million? When J-Lo became famous, everyone admired her curves, especially her iconic butt. Following that, rumors began that she had insured it, and a few years later, on Carpool Karaoke with James Corden, she herself clarified the situation. Why would she insure it? In case it disappears, or in case someone steals it? Who knows? The truth is that Lopez has invested a lot in keeping her buttocks in excellent condition, in addition to having her legs valued at $37 million and her mouth at $24.6 million. A high-level investment. Did you know that Daniel Browning Smith is considered the most flexible man in the world? This American, known as the Rubber Man, is not only an incredible contortionist, but also an actor, TV host, comedian, and stuntman. He holds a total of 7 world records, from sticking his head between his legs to performing such extreme moves that they look like they're straight out of a movie. Did you know that there are penguins with yellow eyes? Yes, yellow-eyed penguins are a unique species that live in New Zealand. They are characterized by bright yellow eyes that contrast with their dark plumage, giving them a rather striking appearance. They are one of the rarest and most endangered species, and their calm and curious behavior makes them even more fascinating. Did you know that Barbra Streisand has 2 clones of her dog, Samantha? After her beloved pet passed away in 2017, at the age of 14, Barbra didn't hesitate to take cloning to the next level. The actress and singer asked for cells to be extracted from Samantha's mouth and stomach before her departure, and as a result, Miss Scarlet and Miss Violet were born. 2 dogs that are basically clone versions of the original. Yala National Park in Sri Lanka is one of the best places in the world to spot leopards in their natural habitat. With the highest concentration of these felines anywhere on the planet, Yala stands out as a top destination for wildlife lovers. If you're lucky, you might spot the Panthera pardus cotia, a subspecies unique to Sri Lanka. Did you know what belly painting is? It's a fun activity that many pregnant moms do, in which a creative design is painted on their belly. The drawings can be whatever the mom wants, from cute scenes to completely unique illustrations. This activity is not only great for moms-to-be, but can also be shared with family, partners, or even at a reveal party or baby shower. Ha'a Kaulana, daughter of Brian Kaulana and granddaughter of the legendary Buffalo Kaulana, is a true surfing machine. For training, she does not do the conventional. She runs along the seabed while carrying a 50 pounds rock. She does this to train her endurance and improve her ability to handle big waves. Her father, an expert surfer, taught her to train to withstand up to 4 waves in a row in case of a fall in those huge waves. In the Netherlands, a really original ice cream can relieve your headache. An ice cream parlor in Oudenbosch, run by Jan Nagelkerke, offers an ice cream with 500 milligrams of paracetamol per serving, which is equivalent to a standard tablet of this medication. Did you know that the largest airplane graveyard in the world is in the Arizona desert, United States? This vast field is home to more than 4,000 airplanes in different states of preservation. Its history began after World War II, when the country needed a place to store damaged or out-of-service aircraft, which could then be used as spare parts. Over time, the Davis-Monthan Air Force Base in Tucson was expanded and today covers 10.5 square kilometers, becoming the largest airplane graveyard on the planet. Ford has created a robot called Robot to test the resistance of the seats in its vehicles. This robot is capable of replicating 10 years of wear and tear in just 3 days, imitating human movements when entering and exiting the car. Robot also simulates body temperature, reaching 97 degrees Fahrenheit, and even produces sweat to emulate prolonged use conditions. Do you know Michel Lotito, the man who eats things? This Frenchman is famous for his ability to ingest completely unusual things, from metal to glass. Among the objects he managed to consume are 18 bicycles, 15 shopping carts, 7 televisions, 6 chandeliers, 2 beds, 2 skis, 1 coffin, 1 computer, and even a Cessna plane. His stomach, apparently adapted to process these inedible materials, made it possible for Lotito, known as Monsieur Mangetout, to perform these incredible feats. Did you know that NASA did not spend millions on a space pen? In fact, an inventor named Paul Fisher was the one who created the pen capable of writing in zero gravity, in extreme temperatures, and even on wet surfaces. Fisher developed this innovative design on his own, without NASA's support, and sold it to the agency for just $6 each. Even though the pen was originally on sale for more than $10, NASA got a nice discount. The Forest of Signs in Watson Lake, Yukon, Canada, is one of the most unique attractions in the world. It is a vast collection of signs, posters, and markers from all over the planet. The story began in 1942 when soldier Carl K. Lindley decided to install the first sign as a sign of his passage through the area. Today, there are more than 72,000 signs, many of which belong to travelers who add their own messages. Did you know that emperor penguins, at 120 centimeters tall, are the tallest penguins alive today? However, in ancient times, there were giant penguins that reached 6.7 feet in height, making them as tall as a basketball player like LeBron James. Sadly, these species are now extinct, but imagine how impressive it must have been to see a penguin of that size walking around Antarctica. Did you know that an elephant's pregnancy is one of the longest in the animal kingdom? The average lifespan is 18 to 22 months, depending on the species. During this time, the mother develops and nurtures a calf that can weigh up to 265 pounds at birth. This long gestation period is necessary due to the size of the elephant and the complexity of its development. At birth, the calves are relatively mature and can walk alongside their mothers soon after, which is vital for their survival in the wild. There are the Nova H1 audio earrings, which are innovative headphones that also function as earrings. These devices combine fashion and technology, offering a double function. They play music and allow you to take calls while looking like elegant accessories. They use directional speakers so that only the user hears the sound, without having to insert anything into their ears. Croissants are not originally from France, but from Austria. They were created in 1683 to commemorate the defeat of the Turks in Vienna, when local bakers made crescent-shaped breads, a symbol of the Ottoman Empire. In this way, they symbolized that they were being devoured after their attempted invasion had been thwarted. Do you know the Haenyeo? On Jeju Island in the Republic of Korea, there is a community of extraordinary women who challenge the ocean every day. These are the Haenyeo, divers who, without oxygen masks, dive up to 10 meters deep to collect shellfish, such as abalone and sea urchin. Can you imagine running 26 miles barefoot? Ethiopian Abebe Bikila did it and won the Olympic marathon at the 1960 Rome Games, becoming the first African athlete to win a gold medal in a long-distance race. Without shoes, he ran through the ancient Roman streets and crossed the finish line in a record time of 2 hours, 15 minutes, and 16 seconds. Can you imagine being on a beach with seawater, but outside the sea? Gulpiyuri Beach in Asturias, Spain, is a unique natural phenomenon in the world. Despite being located about 328 feet from the coast, its golden sand and salt water come directly from the Cantabrian Sea, which filters through underground tunnels in the limestone rock. Just 164 feet long, this inland beach was formed after a sea cave collapsed thousands of years ago. Imagine an amphibian that carries its young on its back until they are fully grown. The Suriname toad is one of the most amazing creatures in the animal kingdom, and the only known amphibian to care for its offspring in this way. During mating, the male deposits fertilized eggs on the female's skin, which grows around them to form a honeycomb-like structure. There, the tadpoles develop in protection until, after 3 to 4 months, they emerge from their mother's back as fully formed toads. Dolly Parton is not only a country music legend, but also a successful businesswoman with her own theme park, Dollywood. Located in Tennessee, this park is a tribute to her life and career, combining the essence of country music with fun for the whole family. It has thrilling roller coasters, live shows, and a variety of shops and restaurants where you can enjoy homemade sweets and good coffee. Did you know that before she was a Hollywood star, Halle Berry was a successful model and beauty pageant contestant? In 1986, she participated in the Miss World pageant, where she represented the United States and managed to finish 6th. The winner that year was Giselle Laurent from Trinidad and Tobago. 5 years later, in 1991, Halle made her film debut in the film Wild Fever, thus beginning a career that would lead her to become one of the most recognized actresses in the industry. In Gloucester, England, there is one of the craziest competitions in the world, Chase the Cheese. Every year, brave or reckless participants rush down a hill, chasing a cheese that rolls at more than 62 miles per hour. The steep slope makes it almost impossible to stand, so most end up rolling and falling in a chaotic race full of bumps and laughter. Do you know the magical Blue City? Chefchaouen in Morocco dazzles with its cobbled streets and buildings painted in blue and white. It is a sacred destination for the Muslim community, since its founder was a descendant of the Prophet Muhammad. In addition, its beauty has conquered the cinema, being the setting for the film An Adventure in Morocco. Before becoming the 40th President of the United States, Ronald Reagan had a successful career in Hollywood, acting in more than 50 films between 1937 and 1964. In 1940's Knut Rockne, All-American, he played a football player and popularized the phrase, "win one for the Gipper." In 1942's King's Row, he played a young man facing the hardships of life in a small town before World War I. Sake, or Nihonshu as it is called in Japan, is much more than an alcoholic beverage. It is a tradition deeply rooted in Japanese culture. It is made from polished rice and water, and its magic lies in the kojikin fungus, which converts the starch in the rice into fermentable sugars. Depending on how it is prepared, it can be clear or pale gold, with flavors ranging from umami to sweet or dry. In Colombia, there is a river so spectacular that it is known as the River of Five Colors. This is Caño Cristales, a natural paradise that, during certain months of the year, becomes a visual spectacle. Thanks to the Macarenia clavigera, an aquatic plant unique to the region, the river water is dyed in shades of red, green, yellow, blue, white, and black, creating a landscape that seems straight out of a dream. Have you ever seen the most surprising kisses in Hollywood? Some of the most iconic moments occurred when actresses like Meryl Streep and Sandra Bullock received an award at the Critics' Choice Awards. Their excitement was so great that, in the middle of the celebration, they kissed each other, but they weren't the only ones. At the MTV Awards, Scarlett Johansson and Sandra Bullock surprised the world with an unexpected kiss. And if we talk about kisses that made history, we can't forget the legendary kiss between Madonna, Britney Spears, and Christina Aguilera at the 2003 VMAs. In the film The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Steve Carell not only had to play a man who had never had a sexual relationship, but he also had to experience real chest waxing for one of the most unforgettable scenes. To make the scene as authentic as possible, the screams of pain we hear are completely genuine. Carell went through a session of depilation. The Karen Padang tribe in Thailand is famous for a surprising tradition that has captivated many. The women of this community wear brass rings around their necks, and they do so since they are children. This practice, which may seem unusual at first, is intended to lengthen the neck, and the women maintain them throughout their lives. The tradition has its roots in the Karen or Kian tribe, originally from Myanmar. Muggle Quidditch is a sport that is as weird as it is fun, and yes, it is played in real life. Inspired by the famous sport from the Harry Potter series, Muggle Quidditch adapts the original game so that players can compete without magic. Instead of flying on brooms, players run with brooms between their legs while throwing volleyballs through hoops to score points. Although it has no magical elements, the excitement is just as intense. The game pits two teams of 7 players against each other, and although it is played on land, its pace and dynamism make it feel almost like Hogwarts. Would you dare to try it? Can you imagine having that much money to be able to buy an island? Larry Ellison, co-founder of Oracle Corporation, not only imagined it, but he made it. In 2012, he bought Lanai, Hawaii's 6th largest island, for a whopping $300 million. Ellison owns 98% of the island, while the remaining 2% belongs to the state of Hawaii. Here, Larry authorized the construction of 2 luxury hotels, the Four Seasons Resort Lanai and the Four Seasons Sense, famous for their exclusivity and astronomical prices. Although today Tom Cruise is synonymous with action, adrenaline, and impossible stunts, his first time on the big screen was quite different. Before becoming the intrepid Ethan Hunt of Mission Impossible or the daredevil pilot of Top Gun, Cruise made his film debut with Endless Love in 1981, a romantic drama in which he played a supporting character. No explosions, chases, or jumping out of planes, just a young actor taking his first steps in Hollywood. In 1986, the world witnessed one of the most shocking tragedies in space exploration. The Challenger spacecraft exploded just 73 seconds after takeoff, taking the lives of its 7 crew members. What made this accident even more heartbreaking was the presence of Krista McAuliffe, a primary school teacher who had been chosen to become the first civilian to travel to space. Do you know the cold-loving tribe? The Sami have inhabited the frigid lands of the Arctic in Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Russia for centuries, surviving in one of the most extreme environments on the planet. Their life revolves around reindeer, which not only serve as food, but also as clothing, transport, and trade. With a population of approximately 100,000 people, the Sami have maintained their nomadic culture and connection to nature, living off herding and fishing in the lakes and fjords of the north. Did you know that King Arthur's sword exists in real life? Although the famous Excalibur belongs to legend, there is a real sword embedded in a rock at the Abbey of San Galgano in Italy. According to the story, in the 12th century, San Galgano stuck it into the stone as a symbol of his renunciation of the material world. What is even more surprising is that in 2001, scientists from the University of Pavia analyzed the sword and confirmed that it dates back to that time. James Cameron is not only a film genius, but also a true explorer of the deep sea. Did you know that he is the only human being to have descended alone to the deepest point of the ocean? In 2012, he took a specially designed submarine down to the Mariana Trench at a depth of almost 36,089 feet. But his passion for the sea doesn't end there. He has made 33 dives to the remains of the Titanic, exploring the wreck 12,467 feet below the Atlantic. The reason? He wanted to gather information for his film Titanic and also fulfill his dream of exploring one of the most fascinating mysteries of the ocean. Salak, also called snake fruit, is native to Indonesia and owes its name to its scaly shell reminiscent of a snake's skin. It grows in bunches on drought-resistant palm trees and its exterior varies from dark brown to reddish. When opened, its white or yellow flesh reveals a crunchy and juicy texture with a flavor that combines apple and pineapple. Its use in cooking is very versatile. In Thailand, it is used to prepare aromatic curries, and in Malaysia, it is used as a filling for traditional dumpling. In Papua New Guinea, The Huli wigmen take the art of hairstyling to another level. Their iconic wigmen are wigs made from their own hair, carefully grown and shaped to perfection. Not just an accessory, but a symbol of status and tradition, adorned with bird of paradise feathers for important ceremonies. Each headdress can take months to make and represents the pride and identity of its wearers. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Zarpado content. The bald eagle, the national symbol of the United States, not only impresses with its majesty, but also with its extraordinary vision. Its eyesight is 8 times sharper than that of a human, allowing it to spot prey from miles away. With a 340-degree field of vision and 2 special spots in its eyes called foveas, it can see in front and to the sides at the same time, as if it had natural radar. Although it excels at hunting during the day, its night vision also surpasses ours. Basically, it is a super-powered predator that dominates the skies with its lethal gaze. Do you know the largest fruit in the world? It is the jackfruit, native to South Asia, which can measure up to 50 centimeters and weigh 79 feet. Its fibrous and fleshy pulp has earned it the nickname vegetable meat, being very popular in vegetarian cuisine. Its seeds are also edible when cooked or roasted. Its sweet and fragrant flavor combines hints of banana, pineapple, and mango, making it a fruit as surprising as it is delicious. Chanko nabe is a traditional Japanese dish that has been a fundamental part of the diet of sumo wrestlers for centuries. This stew, full of energy and nutrients, is specifically designed to help wrestlers gain weight and stay in shape for their demanding training. Chanko nabe is like a stew cooked in a single pot. It usually includes a mixture of meat, seafood, fish, and vegetables, all cooked slowly to create a perfect combination of flavors and nutrients. We must consider that sumo wrestlers consume around 8,000 calories a day, an impressive amount to maintain their strength and size. In the north of Honduras, in the city of Yoro, there is a natural phenomenon as amazing as it is mysterious: the rain of fish. Every year between May and June, the streets of the city of Loro are filled with small silvery fish, similar to sardines, that fall from the sky alive. This event has occurred for more than 100 years, but the curious thing is that a definitive scientific explanation for this event has not yet been found. However, it is believed that the trombas, or gusts of air, suck fish and other animals from nearby rivers or lakes, transport them into the clouds, and then make them fall in the form of precipitation. Do you know this animal? The fennec fox, known for its massive ears, uses this trait to adapt to its desert environment. These large ears function as a natural cooling system, redirecting heat towards them and helping to regulate their temperature in extreme climates. Additionally, the ears allow them to hear prey moving beneath the sand, giving them an advantage when hunting. Similar to those of a bat, they radiate body heat, keeping them cool in the desert heat. Their long, thick fur also insulates them from the cold at night and protects them from the scorching sun during the day. In Lopburi, Thailand, a unique festival is held where thousands of monkeys are treated to a huge feast. Fruits, vegetables, sweets, snacks, and even soft drinks are served to them in an act of gratitude towards the animals that attract thousands of tourists to the city. The monkeys of the region are extremely characteristic and important to Lopburi, being a heritage of the Khmer culture, which revered these primates. This event takes place on the last Sunday of November every year, but Lopburi is a popular destination throughout the year, where both tourists and locals can hang out with the macaques and enjoy their company. The Queen Alexandra butterfly, native to Papua New Guinea and Indonesia, is the largest diurnal butterfly in the world, with an impressive wingspan of up to 31 centimeters. Its size and vibrant colors make it a coveted find for entomologists, so much so that early collectors even used shotguns to capture it. This species is in danger of extinction and shows evident sexual dimorphism. Females, larger than males, have more rounded and broad wings, a brown hue with white spots in 2 rows. Meanwhile, males have iridescent blue-green wings with a black band in the center, creating a striking contrast with their surroundings. The lone starred tick, common in some areas of the US, carries a molecule called alpha-gal. If you get bitten by it, you can develop an allergy to red meat, such as beef, pork, or lamb. This allergy causes severe reactions, and the most surprising thing is that it can last for years, and even in some cases, never go away. It is one of the rarest and most annoying consequences of an insect bite, affecting those who suffer from this unexpected allergy. Lithuania and Poland have created an innovative structure that connects 2 of their cities, Vilnius and Lublin, with the message of unity instead of division. This virtual bridge, circular in shape, symbolizes the passage of time, and in science fiction, is associated with space and time as a portal. The construction has surprised social media users, showing how modern technology has made distances between people increasingly relative. This historical connection dates back to the signing of the Union of Lublin in 1569 between both countries. Screens and cameras on the bridge broadcast live what is happening in each city, creating a unique experience of real-time connection. The largest tornado ever recorded occurred on May 31st, 2013 in El Reno, Oklahoma, leaving a historic mark on meteorological phenomena. With an impressive diameter of 2.6 miles, this tornado became the widest ever measured. Its winds reached speeds of up to 295 miles per hour, causing the death of 8 people and leaving 151 injured. Its colossal size and erratic movement made it one of the most studied and feared tornadoes in history. I bring you a natural wonder, the Tree of Life, located in Lake Cora on the north coast of New South Wales, Australia. This phenomenon is an oil slick on water formed by the oils released by the surrounding tea trees. Amateur photographer Derry Maroney was the one who discovered this spectacle while taking aerial photos with a drone. By sharing his images, it quickly went viral among internet users, amazed by how rare and beautiful this natural phenomenon is. In Brazil, there is an island called La Queimada Grande, also known as Cobra Island, which can only be accessed with a special permit. Since the 1980s, the island was declared an area of ecological interest. Only scientists with special authorization can access this place, home to the dangerous golden lancehead snakes, an endangered species. These snakes, in addition to being poisonous, have a venom 5 times more potent than that of mainland snakes. Despite the ban, some try to enter illegally to capture them and sell them on the black market. The Tinto River in Spain is famous for its deep red and extremely acidic waters, with a pH that can reach 2, similar to that of lemon juice. This phenomenon is due to heavy metal mining in the area, which has released large quantities of iron and other minerals into the water. Despite its extreme conditions, the river is home to extremophile organisms such as bacteria and archaea, which feed on minerals and survive in these harsh environments. This river is of great interest to astrobiologists, as it may offer clues as to how life might exist on Mars. In addition, the water of the Tinto and Odiel rivers is highly acidic and carries toxic elements such as arsenic, cadmium, and lead, making it an even more inhospitable environment. In Milan, Italy, there are 2 impressive skyscrapers called Bosco Verticale, which translates as vertical forest. These buildings are completely covered by more than 900 trees and 2,000 plants, transforming the urban landscape into a true floating forest. In addition to being a visual spectacle, these buildings offer ecological benefits by improving air quality, regulating temperature, and serving as a refuge for birds and other animals, all in the heart of the city. Recently, the oldest shark in the world, known as the grandfather shark, was sighted in the Caribbean Sea, astonishing scientists. This shark, a Greenland shark, is around 500 years old, making it the oldest living being on the planet. and measures 18 feet. It lives at depths of up to 7,217 feet and has a prehistoric appearance, being completely blind. This shark is guided by the Earth's magnetic field and is a scavenger by nature. What surprised experts the most was its reappearance in the Caribbean, near the coast of Belize, thousands of miles from its usual habitat in cold waters. Vano and Basenbili, the richest man in Georgia, gained great popularity after an unexpected act during the last European Championship. This billionaire decided to encourage his country's football team with a donation of 10 million euros, with the aim of motivating them to beat Spain in the round of 16. However, Georgia lost. Such a prize went unclaimed, didn't it? Did you know that Kuwait is a country without rivers or lakes? In this corner of the Arab world south of Iran, there are no freshwater bodies, so they had to find an innovative solution: desalination of seawater. This process removes minerals from salt water, making it drinkable. With more than 6 plants dedicated to this task, Kuwait was the first country to adopt this technique to ensure access to fresh water. Thanks to desalination, the country has managed to meet its water needs in an extremely arid environment. During hibernation, bears spend several months without eating, drinking, or urinating, allowing them to withstand extreme conditions. Their body enters a deep lethargy, reducing their metabolism to a minimum, and waste such as urea is broken down and reused to generate proteins. Before this long sleep, the bears find a cave and furnish it with grasses and twigs to create a comfortable bed. In North America, these mammals can sleep for 5 to 7 months without relieving themselves and emerge from their shelters as if nothing had happened. Ebony Place, located in the picturesque village of Wick, Scotland, holds the title of the shortest street in the world at just 6.76 feet long. This small road connects 2 historic buildings, the My Hotel and Ebenezer Place, becoming a curiosity that attracts tourists. In 1887, after the construction of the Ebenezer Hotel at a crossroads, a small space was left between 2 roads, and city planners decided to declare it a new street. The Eternal Lamp in Livermore, California, has been lit continuously since 1901, an impressive feat of engineering. Hanging at Fire Station 6, 16.4 feet high, this light bulb has captivated scientists and visitors for over a century. At 123 years of continuous operation, it is the light bulb that has been on for the longest time, according to the Guinness Book of Records, a true symbol of durability and efficiency. Eels have a unique life cycle. They are born in the ocean, but spend most of their lives as adults in rivers. European eels, for example, travel to the Sargasso Sea to reproduce, but this process has never been observed in the wild, which remains a mystery. This cycle, known as catadromous, begins with eels laying eggs in the sea. Upon hatching, the transparent larvae, called leptocephali, migrate to rivers where they transform into elvers. Then as adults, they live in rivers until they reach sexual maturity, at which point they return to the sea to spawn and die. Indonesia is known for having the shortest population on average in the world, with an average height of 5.15 feet. However, due to the cultural and geographical diversity of the country, which is made up of more than 17,000 islands, there are notable variations in height between its different ethnic groups. In Imperial Beach, California, a unique surfing competition is held where dogs surf the waves like true experts. Participants are judged on their skill, safety in the water, and the distance they travel, proving that dogs also have a great talent for the waves. This event, the World Dog Surfing Championship, was last held on August 4th, 2024. The Changzhou Cultural Plaza, opened in 2020, is the most modern in the world. Located in the heart of the city, this impressive plaza consists of 6 buildings with unique facades that, when joined together, create a harmonious structure. Within its facilities are a museum, a library, and a theater, offering a space for both local and international culture. In addition, its 17 hectares are home to parks, hotels, offices, and shops, making it a dynamic center that enriches China's cultural life. In Poland, there is a street named Obi-Wan Kenobi, after the famous Star Wars character. It was proposed by a fan in 2004 and approved by the local council the following year. The street's name pays tribute to Obi-Wan Kenobi, the legendary character from the franchise. In India, coins have unique designs, such as depictions of hands and fingers. For example, the 1 rupee coin features a thumb, while the 50 rupee coin shows a clenched fist. In addition, the 2 rupee coin features the symbol for love and peace, a tradition that reflects the symbolic importance of hands in Indian culture, associating them with power, generosity, and strength. In Japan, professional sumo wrestlers are not allowed to drive cars or motorcycles. This is because, due to their large size, they cannot fit properly into small vehicles, or they could risk more serious injuries in the event of an accident compared to the average person. Chenmen Mountain, known as China's Gate to Heaven, is an astonishing spectacle of nature. At 430 feet high, its famous natural arch is not only the highest in the world, but also a sacred symbol considered by many to be the meeting point between gods and mortals. This geological phenomenon is more than 1,000 years old, which gives it an aura of mystery and reverence. The cable car that ascends to the top, the longest in the world, travels 4.35 miles in just 30 minutes, offering spectacular views of the surrounding landscape. Did you know that there is a bird that builds its nest out of mud? The ovenbird, a bird from South America, is famous for its ability to build impressive nests out of mud, straw, and even horsehair. This nest, which can weigh up to 11 pounds, is a true refuge, resistant to water, wind, and the passage of time. Ovenbirds are monogamous birds and usually spend their entire lives with the same partner. Together, in a matter of days, they raise their dome-shaped nest, ensuring a safe place to raise their young. The most surprising thing is that, despite living in rainy climates, their nests withstand intense storms, showing an incredible adaptation of this species to its environment. In Pakistan lives a goat that has made headlines for its peculiarity. It has the largest ears in the world. This incredible goat, called Simba, was born with ears so long that they measured almost 48 centimeters long, and as it grows, they could exceed 53 centimeters. With these impressive dimensions, Simba is close to entering the Guinness World Record. The enormous ears not only make it unique, but also give it an adorable and curious appearance, making it a true celebrity in its community. Who would have imagined that a goat would be the owner of such a surprising title? The Bay of Fundy, located between Canada and the United States, is famous for having the highest tides in the world, which can reach up to 52 feet. This natural phenomenon causes a fascinating spectacle: islands that appear and disappear with the cycle of the tides. At low tide, it is possible to walk on the islands and explore rock formations that were previously hidden. However, when the tide comes in, these islands disappear completely underwater. The tidal difference varies depending on location, reaching 11.5 feet on the southwest coast of Nova Scotia and increasing as you go further out into the bay. Although hippos live in rivers and lakes, they don't swim in the way you might imagine. Instead of floating, they sink and walk along the bottom of the water, using their powerful legs to propel themselves. Their bodies, so dense that they can't float, force them to move underwater. What's amazing is that their nostrils are set very high on their face, allowing them to breathe easily while submerged. They can also hold their breath for up to 5 minutes, a vital skill for survival in their aquatic habitat. The New Guinea singing dog is one of the rarest and most primitive breeds in the world. Known for its uncanny ability to emit a song rather than a bark, this melodic howl, which can last for several minutes, serves as a form of communication between dogs of the species. Its unique sound makes it one of the most fascinating vocalizations in the animal kingdom. Have you ever imagined an invisible boat? Clear boats are completely transparent boats that allow users to enjoy a clear and spectacular view of the seabed without getting wet at all. With capacity for up to 10 people, although it could go up to 15 depending on weight and if there are children on board, the Clear Boat offers an unforgettable journey. Its cost can reach $20,000, making it a popular choice for tourism agencies. Today, these boats are found on the beautiful shores of Cozumel, giving tourists the opportunity to see the ocean like never before. One of the largest and most spectacular kite festivals in the world is the Kite Festival, held every year in the town of Fanø on the west coast of Denmark. Since 1985, during the days of June 15th to 24th, this event brings together more than 5,000 enthusiasts from all over the world who fill the sky with vibrant colors and creative shapes. Kites of impressive sizes and designs seem to dance in the wind, offering a unique visual spectacle. As well as being a party for aerostatic lovers, the Kite Festival has become a driving force for local tourism, attracting thousands of visitors every year. What you see on screen is the K9 helm, a protective helmet designed specifically for dogs working in dangerous environments. Thousands of dogs perform risky tasks on a daily basis, supporting the police, the army, and the emergency services. The first model, the Trident M1, was developed using 3D printing technology, and its design is specially thought out to adapt to the anatomy of the German Shepherd, the most common breed in these jobs. Each helmet costs $600, but represents an investment in the safety and well-being of these brave companions. What many do not know is that there was a sixth Spice Girl. In early 1994, managers Chris and Bob Herbert decided to form a female group that could compete with the success of the male bands of the time, such as New Kids on the Block and Take That. In February of that same year, they placed an advertisement in the British newspaper The Stage calling for an open audition. Of the hundreds of young women who applied, only 12 were chosen, and finally 5. Victoria Adams, Melanie Brown, Melanie Chisholm, Gary Halliwell, and Michelle Stevenson. Initially, the group was called Touch, but Michelle was fired for not fitting in with the rest of the team. In her place, Emma Bunton, suggested by her singing teacher, joined the group, completing the lineup that would later conquer the world as the Spice Girls. The Boston Marathon did not officially allow women to participate until 1972, but in 1967, Catherine Switzer defied the rules by registering using her initials to avoid detection. She was the first woman to run the famous race, and her brave action became a historic milestone that spurred a movement for female inclusion in the sport. During the race, the marathon director tried to physically attack her to expel her, but Switzer continued, becoming a symbol of the fight for gender equality. The iconic photo of that moment, in which an officer tries to stop her, was included in Time Life's list of 100 photos that changed the world, a reminder of the power of resilience and determination. The longest water coaster in the world is Mammoth, located at Holiday World and Splash and Safari in Santa Claus, Indiana, USA. This impressive attraction is a circular roller coaster that can accommodate 6 people at a time, making it a thrilling experience for groups. Its track, made of molded fiberglass, extends along an adrenaline-filled course with 7 slopes that make each descent even more exciting. Along its path, visitors are immersed in a whirlwind of water and speed, offering one of the most refreshing and spectacular experiences of all theme parks. A man in India achieved an astonishing Guinness record by spinning his phone 320 times on a single finger in just 60 seconds. On August 2, 2024, Chen Xiaoqing, a resident of Fuzhou in the province of Fujian, demonstrated an impressive skill that made him stand out among the most peculiar records in the world. Although he dropped his phone a couple of times during the challenge, Chen remained calm and continued with his goal, since according to the rules, what was important was the number of spins in 1 minute, not whether they were continuous. During the production of 101 Dalmatians, a cardboard car was cleverly used to animate Cruella de Vil's vehicle. Instead of drawing it frame by frame, the animators filmed a scale model with moving wheels on a black fabric, using springs to simulate the moving shock absorbers. This innovative method made it possible to create the illusion of a real car without resorting to digital technology. Interestingly, the original car still exists and is preserved at Disney Studios as a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of the animators of the time. The Statue of Unity, located in Gujarat, India, holds the title of the tallest sculpture in the world, standing at an imposing 182 meters tall, almost twice as tall as the famous Statue of Liberty. Unveiled in 2018, this majestic figure pays tribute to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, a key leader in India's struggle for independence and an advocate of national unity. Its enormous size not only represents Patel's impact on the country's history, but also the strength and determination she inspired. The remote village of Nagoro in Japan was once home to hundreds of people, but over time, its population has shrunk dramatically, and today only about 30 people live there. To cope with the loneliness and breathe life into a place that feels increasingly empty, Tsukimi Ayano, one of the residents, has begun knitting and distributing life-size dolls throughout the village. These dolls fill the abandoned school, deserted streets, and bus stops, creating a unique atmosphere that is both eerie and fascinating. What was once a bustling village of around 300 inhabitants is now marked by the silent presence of these figures, which seem to be the last vestiges of a community that has vanished. Did you know that Taekwondo does not have Japanese origins? Although many people associate it with Japan, Taekwondo is a Korean martial art founded in 1955 by General Choi Hong-hai. In creating it, General Choi was inspired by both the Korean art of Taekyon and Japanese karate, fusing techniques and philosophies from both disciplines. Bill Gates, the billionaire known for his work in technology, is also investing in a fight against global diseases. In Medellin, Colombia, he owns a mosquito farm where he releases 30 million of these insects, which have been infected with a bacteria called Wolbachia. Although it may sound strange, this bacteria actually prevents mosquitoes from transmitting dangerous diseases such as dengue, Zika, and malaria. Far from being a threat, these modified mosquitoes are a key part of an innovative global initiative to reduce the spread of insect-borne diseases. In the Czech Republic, there is the fascinating Sedlec ossuary, a church that has gained worldwide renown for its impressive decorations made entirely of human bones. These remains come from approximately 40,000 people who were buried there during the Black Death and other epidemics, making the site a grim testament to history. The bones were arranged with astonishing precision into artistic structures such as chandeliers, pyramids, crosses, and crests, creating an atmosphere that is both macabre and captivating. The Malay language Malayalam, which is spoken in some regions of India, has a unique peculiarity. Its name is a palindrome, meaning it reads the same way from left to right as it does from right to left. In Amsterdam, bicycles are not only a popular choice, but a true way of life. In fact, they outnumber cars by a staggering 4-to-1. Children, instead of taking school buses, pedal to their classes, which not only allows them to get exercise, but also plays a key role in reducing carbon dioxide emissions in the city. Did you know that a crab is easy prey for a bald eagle? Nature always surprises us. Speaking of surprises, remote-controlled car drift races are truly epic. In the Netherlands, there is a roller coaster that allows passengers to choose how extreme they want their experience to be by spinning the wings of their cart. This is Alex in his cabin, Alex Air, a flight simulator that looks like something out of a movie. With real airplane seats and a lighting and air conditioning system, The screen behind the window can play videos of a list of airports. But on Mars, there is a smiling crater, a reminder of how strange the universe can be. The PH5 company has created clothes that change color when exposed to UV rays. Watch as this dress transforms from white to pink. Creativity knows no bounds. Even in the world of cinema, where you can take characters from famous films and edit them into the universe of a video game. The result is astonishing. Nikki, the artist behind these wonders, holds one of the most impressive Guinness World Records by managing to pass 7 carbon arrows through a keyhole. As for dinosaurs, this cake perfectly portrays their extinction. Even the slightest change in the fuselage of an airplane can affect its aerodynamics. When a pilot sticks his hands out of the window of a small plane, the consequences are astonishing. Huskies, on the other hand, have a double-layered coat, which they shed twice a year. So think carefully before adopting one. At El Malk in Palau, you can swim with jellyfish without worrying about their stings. Their stingers are so small that they are harmless to humans. Look closely on the screen. What looks like a moving fish is actually a mussel of the Lampsilis ovata species, which uses its body as a lure to attract fish. Once the fish takes the bait, the mussel releases its larvae inside it, where they grow until they are big enough. The world's largest gold bar weighs 551 pounds and is worth approximately 10 million euros. Each piece of gold is meticulously placed in its place in an extremely clean environment. Watch the spotted sandpiper dive and fly underwater to escape danger. What adaptability! In the tech realm, Volkswagen has created an office chair that looks like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. With lights, a seat belt, a reversing camera, and even a motor that can go up to 12.4 miles per hour, it's perfect for those large workspaces. Well, God shared a video of something not many have had the chance to see: the inside of a frozen waterfall. Can you imagine the spectacle? Water flowing between layers of ice is a breathtaking natural spectacle. And in the world of science, piercing the skin to get a piercing isn't as simple as it seems. There are layers of skin and cartilage that must be traversed. Speaking of technology, if you hold down the spacebar on your phone, you'll be able to scroll around as if you were using a cursor, a very useful skill. And how about this curiosity? A replica of a Furby's skull. As for wildlife, the desert rain frog has short legs that don't allow it to jump, but they bury themselves in the ground in a unique style. The stewing sheep breed is known for its prominent rear features, a wonder of nature. Speaking of nature and crime, Mr. Serum, a criminal in Cambodia, was caught thanks to some photos he posted online. German science was able to unroll the images and quickly track him down. Technology is also changing the way we reforest. Drones are being used to shoot seeds into cleared forests. Certainly an innovative and fun method. The world's largest swimming pool is located in Algarrobo, Chile, and holds 250 million liters of purified seawater. To put that into perspective, an Olympic-sized swimming pool holds 2.5 million liters, so we'd need 100 of those to fill it. Olympus Mons on Mars is the tallest mountain in our solar system, measuring approximately 24 kilometers high. That's 3 times taller than Mount Everest. This little video clip is the only thing left from the world's oldest movie, The Landslide Garden, recorded in 1888. Did you know that bananas are curved because of the sun? Once the fruit reaches a certain point in its development, it undergoes a natural process called negative geotropism, meaning it turns toward the sun in search of light. The tallest palm tree in the world is found in Colombia and is 194 feet tall. Normally, palms of this species are around 98 feet tall, so this specimen is truly gigantic. Changing the oil in a Bugatti Veyron costs between $20,000 and $25,000. That amount could buy you 1 or even 2 new cars. Bubbles in space are not spherical. On Earth, soap bubbles are round because of gravity. But in space, where there is no gravity, Bubbles can take on strange shapes or stay floating in the air instead of going up or down. Astronauts can even push the bubbles and watch them float freely. Hundreds of years ago, ice cream was a very rare and expensive dessert that only the rich could afford. Compasses point north because they follow the Earth's magnetic field. The Earth has a magnetic field that acts like a giant magnet. Compasses contain a magnetic needle that aligns with this field, causing it to always point toward magnetic north. And that is all. What facts surprise you the most? Leave your comment and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Zarpado content.